You can't move into my apartment and not tell me.
Next Thursday, secrets are exposed. First on station, these doctors are giving the firefighters some tough love.
I'm not an addict.
You are using just to get through the morning. You're sick, Robert. And it ends with you dead.
Then on Grey's,
You talked to Amelia?
the paternity results you've been waiting for.
Amelia's baby.
Station 19, Grey's Anatomy, next Thursday on ABC.
All right, we are back to review Grey's Anatomy, and since I didn't review last week because I was away, we're going to talk about Snowblind, which was episode 15 of season 16, then we'll talk about Leave a Light On, which was episode 16, and that's going to be the breadth of the video, and then we'll talk about the trailer for episode 17, Life on Mars. So, Snowblind, I have 4 quick notes to quickly discuss. It really built up the relationship of Hayes and Meredith. Honestly, I think Meredith should just be alone. I don't think she needs a boyfriend. DeLuca is ridiculous, and I really think that his storyline, which is my second note, that he's just becoming annoying, and I really thought there was great potential for the character of DeLuca, but he's so nasty to Meredith that it makes me dislike him, and I shipped Meredith so hard, and it looks like the writers are just trying to break that and then put her with McWidow, and first off, I don't think Meredith herself would ever behave like that, like just instantly jump from relationship to relationship. I mean, she took a long time just to, feel comfortable with DeLuca to say I love you. I mean, Derek died in season 11, and then she didn't say I love you till the end of season 15. So it took a long, long time for Meredith. So I know what the show is doing. I just don't agree with it from a writing style or from an entertainment style. I think at this point, Meredith should just accept who she is and just go on being an amazing single mom with her awesome sisters. We also have Teddy panicking over Owen's potential paternity of Amelia's baby. Honestly, I get Teddy's fear. I totally understand it. I accept that. I don't agree with what Teddy did at the end of the episode where she made out with Karasik. That was really breaking character, and if I was Kim Raver, I'd be like, this is not what Teddy does. Teddy, we know Teddy. Teddy's a really, really good person. The character of Teddy deserves better than what this storyline is doing to her. But I get her panic. So, and then we also have Bailey took Joey home, and I really like that. That seemed completely in character, and that was really the only thing from the storyline that I liked. There was also Richard essentially talking to a former medical student, and now hopefully she's going back to med school. She was very sick, and I really feel bad that they're giving Richard like Parkinson's, where his hand is shaking like this, and I just feel very awful for his character that's how he's gonna go. The show, I can't imagine, is gonna get renewed past season 17. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would like it to go to another season. I do like this show a lot, but it's just, I really love season 14. I think season 14 is when the show found its mark after the loss of Christina and the loss of Derek, and ever since the change from 14 to 15, I really feel that it's very affirmative, and you notice it, like it feels different. So I just do hope that Richard, he can find something to at least stay on the show, even if he can't operate, to be in some capacity. So overall, I thought that the Snowblind episode was all right. I feel you do need to pay attention to it because you really are going to see more of DeLuca's character, and I really hope that in the next couple episodes he can come to terms with the fact he might have a disability, be nicer to Meredith, and maybe they can make up. Like, there's potential for him to be better. I just don't like him at the moment. Teddy panicking over Owen is going to be resolved in episode 17, and Bailey with Joey was resolved in episode 16. And Hayes and Meredith, honestly, who knows? But overall, I feel that you need to pay attention to episode 15. It was a decent episode, but there's a lot of things that are very annoying because the show is going so slow. I think season 16 would serve better streaming as opposed to week by week. There's just too much that it takes too long, and it kind of feels like nothing happens, and you're like, oh, next week something will happen. But then, all the storylines that happen in episode 15 that are left on the table don't even get touched on in episode 16 except for one. So let's talk about Leave a Light On. Alex Karab's final episode, and I didn't like it at all. Didn't is a double negative. I did not like it. I thought it was awful. I really, really didn't like it. the send-off of Alex Karev. They were trying to elicit forced emotions through flashbacks. They earned it when they did the insert. No, it wasn't flashbacks. They inserted characters in episode 7 of season 15, I believe, is when they did the Dia de los Muertos. It was episode 6 or 7. I'm not sure particularly of the number, but they earned that. That was so well earned. That got me. This did not get me. Now we do hear Justin Chambers' voice, which is nice, but we get no new scenes, and then we find out that he's with Izzy. Izzy is a character I never liked. I thought she fell for Denny way too fast. I don't understand how that even happened. And to leave Joe and Meredith for Izzy and the kids just is so out of character and just so incredibly wrong. Bailey, I think, had the best reaction to Alex Karev leaving. I really think that Richard's lines when he was talking about Alex leaving was what the audience felt. But then he said, well, my daughter Maggie, and I didn't get to see her grow up. And I really wish I did. And I was like, okay, so now that puts Richard on board. So what ended up happening was Richard went from being annoyed to agreeing, and he's doing an AA meeting. Meredith's responses to, her facial expressions, I should say, she's not even doing a literal response. She's just laughing or crying or whatever, is showing that she accepts what Alex did. And then Alex did say her to be her own person. I like it. I like that he's trying to tell her that she can be who she is without his help. But there's something about it that rubbed me the wrong way. I did like that Bailey and Ben worked out their issues with Joey. I thought that was really, really good. It was really the only thing about the episode I liked. I really thought it was just trying to force us to be sad about him leaving, which I am. But how they did it, so wrong. He should have died. He should have died. There is no way that Alex Karev would leave Joe for Izzy. It's been 10 years. It undoes all of his character development, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And that's the entire episode. It was Meredith reading the letter, and it's how Alex would talk to her, and then it's how he would talk to Bailey, or how he would talk to Joe, and then how he would talk to Bailey, and then Weber said he got a letter, but it's just his reaction to the letter. And I kind of like the reaction as opposed to just them reading it and hearing Justin Chambers' voice. So I did like Richard's scenes a bit more. But the fact that Meredith was so easily accepted it. And then at the end of the episode, with Zola being like, Mom, I want to show Uncle Alex my invention. She's like, oh, Zola, I can't. I was like, oh my God. Pixar does this. They try to force you to feel sad, but by essentially just throwing sad scenes that aren't necessarily earned at you. The newer movies, I find, do that. I don't think the older ones, like Toy Story 3, I think earned, when you thought they were going to die. But there's several scenes in Finding Dory, which I think is a great movie, that you feel that they're trying to make you just feel bad for Dory. And then they pull the hat from under you and you feel great for Dory. My point is, the writers of Grey's definitely have taken classes at Pixar. Grey's is a Disney show, so I feel like they definitely have been taught by the same people, or they've been to conventions and they've definitely or conferences and definitely have talked about how to do this style of writing. But it's so obvious and apparent, it's awful. So when he said to Joe that the family you and I never had, I was like, you barely have been married a freaking year. I mean, he married at the end of season 14 and it's mid-season 16. I just hope, honestly, that the father of this baby is Link. Or sorry, I really kind of hope it's... I want it to be Link, so that way Amelia and Link can be together. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, just what's Joe gonna do? I'm hoping she ends up being with Link, possibly. But that's I want it and I don't. I think it's more so because I'm annoyed. I really think that Link should be with Amelia. So, this episode, forced flashbacks to make us feel sad. Alex is Izzy, a character that has left the show 10 years ago. Bailey's annoyed by it. Richard accepts it, but he doesn't seem happy. And Meredith is like, good for Alex. Overall, episode 16 of season 16, one of the worst episodes in Grey's Anatomy history. You need to watch it because you want to know what happens with Alex if you have not seen season 16. If you're watching it, there's several episodes of season 16 I think you can skip. This you cannot. You need to watch it to at least then feel this horrid feeling of annoyance and then be like, wow, that's how they write off someone after 16 years. Again, he should have died. I think his death would have made such a bigger impact. And also now Joe has his shares of the hospital. I don't even remember him getting the shares. I thought the shares that were left to him were then given to Bailey. So I'm not sure how he ended up owning part of the hospital. Maybe Robbins gave it to him. Also, she would be so furious at him for this too. So this episode was forcing sadness, and it was not good. It was not a good episode. The Grey's Anatomy Twitter handle was trying to really make you feel upset by this, or not upset, like trying to make you enjoy it on some level. And I was just like, no, I'm done. Okay, so let's talk about Life on Mars. And we'll read the description, and then we'll talk about the trailer. And I actually like the trailer quite a bit, though I do have one major critique about it, or two, but overall I still did like it. So, the description. A wealthy inventor arrives at Grey Sloan and asks Karasik for help, while Meredith struggles to save a woman with diabetes who has been rationing her insulin. Joe and Link fight to save a young man who fell onto the train tracks, and Jackson and Vic's relationship hits a snag. So, the trailer is 100% devoted to the storyline with Amelia's paternity of the baby. Now, I like the fact that we have we have a storyline that's not in the description, that should have been in the description because it's in the trailer. But I like sometimes when the trailer has a storyline that's not in the description, and so then you kind of can speculate a little bit. I think it's more fun to see for the description in the trailer to be just a little different, like the trailer to have two storylines, and then the description to have essentially the majority of the episode, and then you kind of like pick away. So I think Meredith and dealing with the woman should have been in the trailer for sure. So Tom's going to be important in this episode. I think that's fantastic. We have Link and Joe important, and hopefully this will be a distraction. But so the trailer I think is cut weird, and there's why. The first 17 seconds of it are devoted to Station 19. We have Jackson annoyed with Vic, which I guess is in the trailer, but it's not Grey's. It's Station 19. And stop being an advertisement for Station 19. No one wants to watch Station 19. It's not good. Amelia deals with the Firefighter Act. That could have potential, but why Station 19? Maybe make it a random character, or make it a doctor who's addicted to something. I don't know. And then it's all about the paternity, and honestly, I am very excited to see who will be the father of Amelia's baby. I'm hoping it's Link. Fingers are crossed that it's Link. I really, really think it should be Link. But overall, I think the trailer, the first 17 seconds of it should have included at least one other storyline from the description. So you have two storylines in the description, and then you have in the trailer, and then you have three in the description, and so like you see what's going to happen with two in theory, and then you can speculate about the other ones. That's how a good trailer should be set. But season 16 marketing wise has been kind of a disaster. I don't like it. I love Kim Raver. I hope that she gets stuff to do in this episode, and it looks from the trailer that she will be. So I'm excited for Life on Mars. I think it has potential to be good, but it's going to have to deal with the fallout of Alex at some point, and I'm curious how that'll get resolved. So anyway, that's my review of the trailer for episode 17, my review of episode 16. Honestly, this video is a lot shorter because the last three episodes, this trailer is one storyline, and we don't, and the descriptions, it's very vague. And then Leave the Light On is Alex writing letters, and I didn't like it. And then Snowblind had like 4 storylines, and they're all eh. Anyway, I do want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my content, and I will talk to you all real soon.